Have you ever got that feeling of needing intense change, of where you're at right now is not where you're meant to be? You are meant to be somewhere else doing bigger, better, everything? Well, I feel you on that. Because I feel like that's your spirit, that's your body telling you that where you're at right now is not where you need to be. This is not the place for you anymore. It may have been for a little bit, maybe a few months, a few weeks, even sometimes a few years. But as of right now, in this moment, this is not meant for you anymore. It's time to let it go. And it can be a job, it can be people, it can be places. For me right now, it's my job. It's my job. When I first started, I really liked it. It was easy, simple, cool. But over time, it's getting to me. I'm exhausted going in every day now. I used to wake up early, get there early, be there all day, have energy after work. Now I feel drained. I feel depleted. I feel as though I don't want to go into work. And I've had this feeling multiple times now throughout every job that I've had. And it's good for a little while, but after a while, it's time to go. It's time for the next step in the right direction. And this job was definitely the step in the right direction. This job I'm so grateful for. I prayed for this job. I was able to get my apartment because of this job. I was able to get out of a bad mental state that I was in because of this job, being able to save money for the first time in my life. I was able to save over $1,000. Now I know that doesn't seem like a shit ton of money, but to me, that was everything. That was everything. The most that I'd ever saved beforehand was $600. The most that I'd ever saved was $600. And when I told somebody that I saved that much money, it was, oh great, rent's due. Okay, here is 400 of my 600 that I DoorDashed and Postmated for $4 every order to get. And that actually kind of broke my heart. I was fairly older. I was like 18, 19, but still, you know, when you really work that hard for that little bit of money to save that extra little bit of money, it hurts a lot more. That's like dropping your food after being so excited for it all day. You finally get it in hand and then boom, splat, the floor. Oh my God, my Sheila. That's how I felt. That's how I felt. But after a while, you know, you just get to be like, well, if I can't have it, fuck it. I don't want it then. But I was finally able to get to the point where I was able to save that money because of this job. So I'm so appreciative for it. Don't get twisted. I know a lot of people would kill to be in my position. I am not taking that for granted at all. But I know it's time for me to move from this step up to the next step. To go from level 4 to level 5. And I feel like we all have this in us. It's kind of just sitting dormant until it's needed to be accessed, but it's a little knock on your door like, hey boo, it's time for you to be the best you. It's time for you to be the next level version of you. And what you need to do to get there is to leave this position that you're in. And like I said, it can be a job, it can be people, it can be places. Sometimes you need to move out of state because you need a fresh start. You don't want to be around the community you have been around for the past couple of years. That shit gets boring after a while, I'm not gonna lie. And it limits your growth. It really does, especially if you're in a smaller town. There's not a lot of growth in that small town. So when your body is pulling you, your brain is constantly like, hey, we need to move. We need to move, we need to move, we need to move, we need to get out of here. Please, let's just get out of here. Do it. Listen to that feeling. Even if you don't accomplish everything you want to accomplish in the next state over, you have way more of a possibility of doing so than sitting in the same place that you've been in for years, hating it. Hating it. Every day it's a struggle for something that you don't want, for the dream that you are not living because you are limited by the place of work that you're in, by the state that you're living in, by the people that are around you. It's time for a reset. It's time to take that next step forward. Take the initiative in your life. We all have free will, guys. We do, and it's hard to believe, I promise you. It's so hard to believe sometimes that you can do what the fuck you want to do, you know? It's a little enticing when you really think about it. If you really put forth that mindset, hey, I can do what I want to do. I'm gonna move tomorrow. You can do that. I'm gonna give you a job. You can do that. I'm gonna be with myself for a couple of years. I don't think I want a relationship. I think being by myself is good for me. You can do that. You can do anything you put your mind to. But when you get the feeling of being pushed to go do that thing, do that thing. I promise it's gonna work out for your better self. It will. It's gonna get you to where you need to be. So take me as an example. Within these next 2 weeks, I'm gonna find a different job. I'm gonna start the other job. And I might keep this one on the side because it's easy with flexibility. But like a day, 2 days of being there. Nothing crazy, and if anything, maybe not anything there. I want to just full reset. But I'm gonna find something else. And then from there on, I am tackling this YouTube thing. And not as even in a form of money or work. I want to make a footprint in this world. I want to make a difference in this world. I don't want to be just somebody who's living life day to day. You see the same 5 people every day. You don't take any efforts to make a change. You don't strive to help people better themselves. You're not living in your purpose. That's nothing like who I want to be. I want to be the best version of myself. I want someone to learn from what I go through. And it may not cover the whole completely. It really may not. It just give you like a little bit more of a level to land on. Even though you might step down a little bit, you're not gonna fall. You feel me? So why not be that person for others? But the job that I'm in now has put me in such a weird mental state to where I felt like just so lazy. To where I didn't want to do it. I feel like I wasn't sleeping. I feel like I'm not enjoying my day. And what energy can I give to others if I'm not getting the energy that I need myself? So that's where I want to start. I want to start with giving myself the energy that I need to pour back into you guys, the people that are going to listen and feed off of this information. And just know that I am going to be more of a healthy person for y'all. For myself overall, but for y'all too, I promise. We're going to get there. We're all going to be the best versions of ourselves after this. We're going to get there for real. But it's time for a change. And if you're feeling this way, if you are feeling like you need a change, you're in the house 24/7, you might even have kids. You know, nothing wrong with that at all. I think families are great. I love kids. I fucking love kids. But you might feel like you're stuck, that you can't go anywhere, that you have to lug all this stuff around. You have to make sure that these kids are okay. They're going to be okay as long as you've got them. You can take them with you. If you want to move, hey guys, let's move. I know you may not like different schools. We'll try it out for a little bit, see how it goes, and if we need to change what we're doing then, we'll change what we're doing then. But I think it's better for all of us if we go over here. And that's all it is. My whole life, I moved around my entire life. Now, has it hindered me a lot? Yeah. But also, it's made me very adaptable. I'm able to have conversations with a wide variety of people. I'm able to go to different places and fit in. I've got a lot of pluses from it. It hasn't really broke me, but it made me in a way. So I think that taking that initiative sometimes to be the person that you've always wanted to be, or the person that is trying to burst from your inner self out, do it. Just do it. Please do it. Because without doing that leads to resentment against self. You don't want to resent yourself for not taking that chance, for not making that move, for not doing that thing that you wanted to do, for passing up that opportunity to do so. because you're always going to be mad at yourself if you do that. Taking that step is key. It will put you where you need to be. And even if it doesn't come with everything you imagined, it's that one little step closer. You might have 1,000 steps ahead of you, but if you're not making any steps, you're not making any progress. If you're staying on the same level, you're never going to touch it. At least if you made a little bit of progress, if you took those 2 extra steps, you're a 10%, 20%, 30% closer to that goal, then you're not moving at all, because that number is never going to change. You're never making the progress to boost the percentages. It actually might decrease, because the longer you wait, the farther away it might get. Those stairs from 1,000 stairs might turn into 2,000 in the course of 2 years, because you never took any steps towards it, so that made the process to get there a lot harder. Please heed what I say in this. So let me be the example. Let's change this job around. Let's become consistent on here, at least 1 video a week. At least. I'm going to get a calendar. I'm going to start, or my little whiteboard that I have right here. Going to mark it. Post this day every week. Every week. So I am at least impacting one person's life. That's really my main goal. End of the day, yeah, I want to be an entrepreneur. I want to do art. This is one of my paintings. I love to paint. And I haven't had a lot of time to do that. But it's one of my biggest passions is art. In whatever form it is, I think that I'm an all-around artist, whether it be the words that I speak being my art, from the paint that I use on these canvases being my art, whether the tattoos that I put on people's bodies forever and the messages that they convey be my art. Whatever it is something in that realm that is going to be my purpose that I'm going to complete in this lifetime. I promise you that. I promise you that. I'm going to get to that point. But as of now, we must do what we must do. And for me, it's going to take the next step to getting a different job. And maybe it will be in the art realm. Hopefully, maybe I can work in a gallery somewhere. Or I can get in contact with different artists, or I can even do social media art. Whatever it is, I'm going to take the step that I can to get closest to where I want to be. And I want you to do the same thing. It doesn't even have to be the biggest step ever. It can be something so small. It can be something so small. Say if you're an artist like me, all you want to do is at least sketch, at least get 1 drawing done a day. Do it. Do it. It's not hard. Even a 5-minute drawing, a 10-second drawing. Scribble something. It will release that creativity inside of you, and putting something out into the world, especially physically, will only bring it back to you. In whatever form the universe decides to bring it back to you. Hopefully it's physically, sometimes it can be mentally, sometimes it can even just be spiritually, that you just feel so much better by getting whatever was in here outside of it for the first time in years, I don't even know how long. But just depriving yourself of it only causes you pain and anguish that you don't even know you have until years go by. But yet this whole time you had that feeling. You had that little nudge on, hey, what if we did this? What if we did that? Why don't we do this? Why don't we do that? Why don't you do it? Don't do it for anybody else, do it for you. You're the only person that can create your future, the only person that's influence in your own life to put you in the position that you want to be in. And yeah, some people can help you out, don't get me wrong. But if you're not in that right place, right time, or knowing those people at that time, because you never stepped out of your comfort zone to even come across those people, you're never going to get where you needed to be. And no one can help you if you're not in the reach of them being able to help you. You feel where I'm coming from, right? You feel where I'm coming from. You feel where I'm coming from. But I just want to be the person to tell you that you have all the potential in the world in you. And everybody else in this world can see it. And it's hardest when we're looking at ourselves and not knowing that what they're seeing is true. That what they see in you is who you're actually meant to be. And I was just talking about this literally a couple hours couple hours ago with my friend. He was telling me that, you know, a lot of people will recommend things to you on what you should do. You should do this. You should be this. Why don't you try this? But a lot of the time we meet them with a no. He said, why don't you try saying yes for once? And it's crazy because I have this whole thing of I say yes. But I say yes to experiences almost every single time. But I never really say yes to people's suggestions in which career path I should take or steps in how they think that I should live my life. Now, given, if you don't think that's the way you should live your life, you shouldn't have to live your life the way everyone's telling you to live your life. That's 100% facts. That's fair. But, if they're telling you, like, say you're me, you love art, you paint all the time, hey, you should go do those little pop-up shops, you know, those little tents where they put all their paintings up and people will buy them. It's like little walkthroughs, like a farmer's market, but for art, for different things. Why don't you try that? But if you say no, or, oh, you know, I really want to, but, you know, this, and this gets in the way, no one's ever going to see it. No one's ever going to know what you do. No one's ever going to appreciate what you do because you're never putting it out there for them to see. You're never giving them the opportunity to give you the grace that you deserve. And that's a situation that literally has happened with me. That whole situation exactly, actually. And I think it's time that we start taking others' words and at least giving them the benefit of the doubt and the actual thought of, okay, I see where you're coming from. Let me try it. Let me try it. Because trying things will give you way more of an opportunity than never trying them at all. If you didn't try that one thing, how would you know if it ever was going to work out for you? Why not just try it? What's the harm in it? Nothing. You're not going to lose anything by doing something that you felt called to do at all, unless it's something against the law. Don't do nothing against the law, to a degree. But, you know, just taking that step. I guess that's my message. Take the step. Just take it. Step up. Because you deserve it. You deserve everything in this world, and you're here with a purpose. And I hope that you guys all can find your purpose, can live in your purpose, because you truly deserve it. And I know that your family, friends have told you before, but I'm going to reinforce it to you. If I'm a stranger, and if you needed to really hear this, take the step. You've got this. I believe in you. I truly believe in you. And I say this to myself as well, girl. You got this. I believe in you. I truly believe in you. I hope you guys all leave with love, light, and happiness. Thank you for joining me, Imani Reen, on another episode of The Journey of Learning, where we're going to learn together. We're going to go through life situations, life's ups and downs together. I want to talk through every situation that I can with you guys to help better your lives, to help better my life. Let's do this shit. Let's get it done. Let's be what we talk about. Let's walk it like we talk it. But I wish you guys nothing love, light, and happiness. I hope that you leave me a comment with any recommendations, or if you ever want to talk about anything, please let me know. If you ever have any criticisms, I would love to hear it because it only helps with growth. I will catch you guys in another episode. Until then, bye guys.